Hello and welcome back to Typical City. I was only here 5 minutes ago, not even had my bloody dinner yet. It's kicking off in the transfer market. Josko Gvardiol. Has he signed for Manchester City? Because those three words that send shockwaves and sheer joy and excitement through every single fan that's got their eyes glued to Fabrizio Romano's Twitter account and looking for the words and the player that they're looking forward to seeing in their club. Here we go. But there are some doubts being thrown over it now, which I don't think is true. I think Fabrizio is definitely right. There are little elements to what's gone on here that suggest it's going to happen. It has happened and it's real. But is it, here we go? Maybe or not. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe. It is a here we go. I do think it's done. The fact that Josko has liked the tweet from 433 as well. Fabrizio has liked a response from the City Extra lads, and you know, it's all amalgamated into a very, very likely deal. And I think City are just trying to put a bit of water on the fire because they like to have control of the deals and the public announcements. They don't like their public announcements to be taken away from them. They've been usually very good, and a lot of some of the deals Fabrizio Romano's behind, but the guy's an absolute G, isn't he? I mean, how do you get to be Fabrizio Romano? The busybody nature you have to be constantly on the phone, messaging, looking for bits of information, and in the know with the right people, whispering into the ears of the right people to get the right information and putting it out there. It's an amazing job, and he is one of a kind at doing what he does. And his stock value, if Josko Gvardiol is proven to be the case, and we have signed him, his stock value has gone up again. The G has done it again. It's really, really impressive what he consistently does, and he rarely makes mistake. But City have gone round and tried to initiate a false news type rumour and inform the media that it's not true. No deal has been agreed, but all the pieces of the puzzle from Fabrizio's side and Josko himself liking certain posts that are saying he's joining City, that's the one, isn't it? The fact that Josko Gvardiol himself has decided to like and get involved in certain deals, and I mean, he must be absolutely buzzing at 21 years old to be joining the treble-winning European champions of Europe. It must be an incredible prospect, but we are equally excited to welcome Josko Gvardiol with open arms because he is an outstanding player, an incredible prospect, and the fact that it's still a prospect. And he's already he's not the finished article, but he's an amazing player right now. And we've seen it ourselves with our own eyes. 2 games we played against him last season, albeit one of them he was on the receiving end of 7 goals. That's not really his fault, is it? That's the team and the fact that Erling Haaland is playing against you. But then, away at their place in the 1-1, beefing header, got himself up and leapt like a salmon. I think it was Ruben Diaz, he was over the top of him and made him look like a midget, like bang, buried that header. And it's not about the goals, is it? It's the versatility, left back, centre back, and I think he can play defensive midfield. I would not be surprised to see Pep mould him into that role and get him into defensive midfield. It sounds like it's happening though, but it's the Fabrizio Romano. It's everyone's getting the detective goggles on, the magnifying glasses, and inspecting every single letter of every single tweet. How true is this? And I mean, this probably bodes poorly now for Aymeric Laporte. I think that's the indication. I think that's it now for him. He's probably on his way now. Which I've just finished my Mahrez video talking about Riyad Mahrez and how sad it was to see him go. It's going to be equally as sad to see Laporte go. I went on about the memories that I had of Riyad Mahrez, and there was one goal in particular that always stands me, it cheers me up when I think about it, is that goal away to Brighton at the last game of the season that we won the league, win the game 4-1. Laporte was a goal scorer in that game as well, so he's very much followed the same trajectory of Riyad Mahrez and his involvement with the squad, and in the same sort of category of appreciation as well, you know, in terms of that a little bit underrated. I think he's rated highly. He's not rated poorly, Laporte, and neither's Mahrez, but they're still underrated. I still think they are better than what people give them credit for. both players. And the rumours of Laporte going back to Bilbao, that's a massive step down for him. And yeah, I think he's better than that. And the figure that we get, because the Bilbao, they're not known for spending money, so I don't know how they're going to afford Laporte. For me, is what are you looking at for a 28-year-old Aymeric Laporte? I'll be surprised if we go lower than 40 million. That to me is 35 million. I mean, I think stick with it. 40. I think 40 million is reasonable, and it's a good deal for the buyer. I really believe that. But Gvardiol coming in, that's exciting. It's the one that, just looking at the guy, the way he plays the game, the vision that he's got, the perception he's got of, and the instincts of intercepting in the channels, and the number of the stats. When I was talking about stats before and how they're not that important, but his are glowing interceptions and his reading of the game, aerial duels. He's not that big a guy. He's not small. Neither's Nathan Ake, but he can leap. Absolute unit as well. Strong, powerful, can play the game. He's just the full thing, isn't he? The full package, and that's what we're getting with Josko Gvardiol. And he's going to be coached by Pep Guardiola, and that's always a caveat to every single signing we always make. Is it's not just a case of let's look at what they did in their previous club, and I can apply that to Rafinha as well. Is like, oh, but what did he do at Barcelona? Yeah, 1 year at Barcelona, not so good. But yeah, you're going to go and get coached by Pep Guardiola, the GOAT, the greatest manager of all time, hands down, no debating it. So if you're going to be coached by Pep Guardiola, and Pep Guardiola sees you as potential, and if we're interested and Pep says, I like that player, then who are we to say he's wrong? Because Pep Guardiola knows what he's doing, and if he's signing Josko Gvardiol, and he's as good as he looks, and he's as good as some of the high-profile people who will probably have more of an indicator, the words coming out of RB Leipzig and the Bundesliga, and the reputation that he's amounted coming out of that league, and some of the comments that are made about him is exciting. Similar to Haaland, you know, that level of praise. And obviously we're opposite ends of the pitch, so you're not going to see something as blockbuster and such a kicking in the door as Erling Haaland did to the Premier League, because a defender can't really, as Micah Richards said and Roy Keane argued, you can't really burst onto the scene as a defender. I agree with Roy Keane, you can't really do that. It's that position where you have to steady Eddie, and slow and steady wins the race, and just don't make mistakes and be assured, and you'll earn your reputation over a longer period of time. Whereas if you go and score a hat-trick on your debut, everyone loves you immediately. So it's very, very different roles and hard to gain a reputation in certain positions. But the words that are being said about Josko Gvardiol, as well as just the visual, we've all got ability to go on YouTube and look at those clips of him, and if you're telling me that guy looks like a bad player, he looks like an absolute unit. What a player that Josko Gvardiol looks like, and I'm more than excited now. It was on the cards, and it does put to bed a lot of the rumours that a lot of people on comments in my previous videos, I've seen it on social media saying the deal is dead. I mean, guys, come on. We've got to believe in City. We've got to believe that this club know what they're doing, and the patience is worth it in the end. It will be worth it. And there is a long way to go in this transfer window, and this may be the biggest signing that we make in terms of fees, in terms of stature, in terms of shirt selling ability, and the icon image of a player joining your club. He may be the biggest, but I don't think he's the last. I think there's more to come. Obviously, the winger situation with Riyad Mahrez, that's up next. How will that be addressed? Is there potential with Bernardo Silva? I think that will be a signing itself. If we keep Bernardo Silva, I think that's bigger than anything. I think that's bigger than Josko Gvardiol, because we proved we don't need a new defender. Laporte can do a job. If we weren't to get Gvardiol, I like to think we'd keep Laporte. And then we're back to square one, you know. So I don't think that was an essential deal. Josko Gvardiol obviously brings another level with him and years ahead of him. So we've got, if we keep him, if we spent 100 million, which is the rumoured fee, euros on him, and if we keep him for a decade, 10 million a year could end up being an absolute bargain. But then it's just exciting times. It is just exciting times. I cannot wait to see him in a City shirt. What number's he going to be as well? Because Mendy's now available, gone. So his shirt number 22, Richard Dunn, is here, is there, is every fucking where. Gvardiol, Gvardiol. Is that what we're going to be singing? Is that the song we'll be chanting in the stands for Gvardiol? I'm buzzing. The more I talk about this, the more I'm thinking I'm getting excited. And is this true? Of course, that's still the debate. City are yet to announce it. Knowing this, I'll upload the video, and 10 minutes later I'll be back here saying, yeah, City have announced it. It's official. Yeah, brilliant. Sack my dinner tonight. I'm not eating anything. I'll see you in the morning for breakfast, no doubt, and I'll be hungry, very, very hungry. But yeah, I'm excited. Blues, get in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you believe it's true? Is Fabrizio Romano getting this one wrong? He rarely does. I'd like to hear your thoughts though, Blues. Get in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Typical City is the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is Typical City now.